Hey everyone, it's me, Justina. I'm making a video today and we're going to talk about warming up or priming. So a lot of times people think of a warm up, they just hop on the treadmill for a couple minutes, ride the bike for a couple minutes, just kind of doing some stuff that doesn't necessarily warm up the entire body. So especially if you're going to be working full body, you're going to be working the upper body, the core, and the legs, you want to make sure you get a nice good warm up. Anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes at least, just to try to warm up all those muscles rather than just kind of walking in place, which really only warms up the lower half, the lower body. We want to get the entire body primed, warm up, ready to go to get the most out of your workout. So what I suggest usually when you come in to start, before you work out, to start priming, is usually I come to the floor. So a couple of things I like to move through here is some yoga. I'm a big fan of yoga. I think some of the stretches, some of the mobility work it works on is really good. So the first thing you can kind of do just to get the spine warmed up, that core wakened up a little bit, is some cat-cow. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. You're gonna move through some cat-cow. So bringing the spine up to the ceiling, the head will drop. Then we're gonna pull that stomach down, pull the navel down to the floor as we kind of pin our shoulders back and down. The hips will tilt along with this. So kind of positioning the pelvis forward, then we're going to tilt it back. Moving through this a couple of times. Making sure we're breathing, just warming up that spine, really feeling the pull down and back. All right, after you've moved through some cat-cow, I like to position myself to a glute bridge. So we're going to come to laying on our back here. Knees are going to be tucked up here, heels are next to our glutes here. Laying on our back, what we're going to do is rise our hips up here. We're going to feel that squeeze underneath the back half. So what you can do is kind of take those arms, tuck them underneath. If you want to clasp them behind or underneath the view, that's fine. But we really want to feel the squeeze the entire. We don't want to just kind of hold it here. We really want to actively try opening up this front half, and we're squeezing this back half. So squeezing those glutes, squeeze the hamstrings, squeeze that low back, feeling that nice energizing flow, warming up through that back half, getting the core, the glutes, the hamstrings ready for a workout here. And you can hold it this long, maybe you're only holding it 10 seconds, or you can even move through some moving hip hinges as you're just kind of coming up, you're feeling that squeeze here and coming back down. Whatever works for you, change it up if you want to. So next, what I would suggest is coming up on the floor in side lunges. All right, so making those legs nice and wide here. Gonna lunge out to one side. We're really sink into the hip. We don't want to kind of just come back like back and forth like this. We really want to sink into that hip, opening up under here, feeling that outer glute work, and then we're coming back and switching. So opening up kind of this inner thigh, inner hip, leaning into this outer hip here, and coming back. So you can kind of come back once you feel that, just at your own pace. Like I said, you don't want to be coming back and forth. That's not the object of this. You really just want to feel those muscles warming up. Okay. Awesome. Then I like to do some twisting punches. This is gonna light up our core, gets our arms a little bit involved, a little bit of shoulders, spine, gets that all warmed up. So what I do is just twist out, punch. We're gonna twist the core. We wanna make sure we're not really twisting a lot with our hips coming back and forth like that. We wanna just twist out our core, coming back. We're gonna feel that cross body. We're gonna feel the core light up. So we're just punching back and forth here, really extending that arm out. We don't wanna kind of just flop halfway through. We really wanna extend, feeling that punch, okay? Crossways. And you can do the same things, coming up into like a side stretch, reaching up and overhead, bringing that arm down, working our shoulders, opening up our spine. All right, next, really important, especially if you're gonna do anything upper body, is some push-pulls. So push-pulls, the first thing we're gonna do is work on our chest and our back. So we're gonna come out like we're pushing something away from us. Wanna make sure you have nice staggered feet, just nice and athletic stance here. We're gonna start at our chest, hands are at our chest, and we're just gonna push forward. We're gonna squeeze with our chest here, pushing forward, feeling that light up. Then we're gonna pull, we're gonna roll those shoulders down and back as we do this, rolling those shoulders, we're squeezing in between here, warming up our back, okay? So moving out, pushing away, coming down and back. We don't want to just kind of halfway do this and not really focusing on the squeeze. We really want to focus on that squeeze, really getting those muscles to warm up here. Okay? And you can do this with a little added weight. Sometimes if you have like a pull behind you, you can take a resistance band, put that with your hands, just warm them up that way. Resistance bands are great for warm-ups. Same thing as we come overhead. So what we're going to be doing now is working our shoulders and working our back again. So we're gonna push, act like we're pushing up, something away up and away from us, nice extended straight arms, then we're pulling down and back. When we do this, we wanna make sure we're really squeezing this entire back area, especially that mid to lower back, okay? We don't wanna be bending a lot like this. We really wanna feel just that squeeze as we come down. Pushing up away from us and down again. If you have resistance band, you can use this, or you can put it on top of you and use it as the pull down. If you have a bar above you somewhere, it'd be a great way to warm up, okay? Really just warming up that entire upper body, which I think is an area that is looked over a lot when we consider a warm up or a priming movement. Next, gonna get into some more of the weight here. Gonna get a little bit higher intensity as we warm up, getting ready. So what we're gonna do next is a good morning. A good morning is gonna warm up our back half, our glutes again, our hamstrings, our back, all of that. So with a good morning, you can do this weighted. If you want weights, you're feeling like you want that. Otherwise, the hands are just gonna go behind our head. What we're gonna do, feet right underneath hips here. We're gonna extend those hips back, nice straight back. We don't wanna curve at our spine here, nice straight back. Hinging those hips back. As you can tell, it's like someone's pushing me, kind of karate chopping me right at those hips. But my back stays nice and straight as I come down. And then as I come up, I'm squeezing my glutes, squeezing my hamstrings, coming all the way up. Okay, coming down about halfway. And we're squeezing up. Maybe you're only able to go about here. Maybe that's where you are, your range of motion. Totally fine. You're still gonna feel the glutes, hamstrings, low back have to engage. Right, moving through this one. You can also do this one seated. If you're just seated on your butt, you can do the exact same thing actually. Okay, moving through a couple of those, really getting the blood flowing before our warm up or before our workout. Okay. Awesome. A couple more things before you can get to your workout. Squats. Regular body weight squats. Awesome to get the blood flowing, especially if you're going to be doing barbell squats, any kind of squats, weighted squat that day. This is a great thing to be doing just to try to warm up those muscles that we're going to be using. Squat is very complicated. Go ahead and look. I've posted a couple of videos about squat form. Go ahead and check those out if you aren't sure on your squat form. I'll show you a couple quick squat form exercises here. So squats is the next best thing to get warmed up. You want to make sure your feet a little bit wide and hip width apart. Toes can be pointed just a little bit if they need to be, or they can be straight. Doesn't matter. I know a lot of people say the toes need to be straight. Not necessarily. Just making sure it's whatever it is comfortable for kind of your ankles and what you can maintain the foot on the floor. Okay. What we're going to do first, we always hinge those hips, right? We're always putting load on our hips, not our back, not our knees. So we're hinging those hips back, squeezing those glutes. We're embracing our core. We're coming down. Maybe we're only coming about halfway here, and then we're squeezing up. Maybe you just want to do some half squats in your warm up. Great. Maybe you're feeling better, want to get down into a better squat, and you're squeezing up. Great. So we want to make sure we still have good form, right? We want to make sure we're not coming down. Our heels aren't coming off the floor doing this, losing our balance. We want to make sure you kind of work with what you got, ease your way into it. So just doing some body weight squats. And maybe even if you are a veteran at weightlifting or working out, you kind of know what a jump squat is. You can add in a couple jump squats right before. Whatever you want to do, whatever's going to get that heart rate up and ready for work. Final thing, I'm going to do a lunge and a twist. So what we want to do, I like to step in a back lunge. I think that helps most people with their balance. You can do a front lunge if you want. We're going to step into a back lunge, right? Making sure we're balanced. Want to make sure we're on railroad tracks, not on a tightrope. Just want that foot to come straight back. That way it helps with balance. Coming straight back, bending this back knee, this front knee will follow. And what we can do is a couple things. We can either twist with our arms kind of crossed here to one way to the next, or as you're in this lunge, we can take one hand down, other hand will come up, and we're gonna look up towards it. All right, and then we're gonna step back up. So I'll show you just a couple different ways here. We can twist back. I'm gonna go ahead and switch legs, stepping up, coming back, twist, twist, coming back up, twist, twist. All right, and I'll show you the reaching down twist. So we're gonna come back into that lunge. Opposite hand comes down, hand comes up, looking up towards it. We're gonna stand up, switching. Opposite knee comes down, twisting up, and back. Okay. Good. All right, there's a lot of other priming options, other priming warm-up moves that you can be doing. But these I have found to be some of the best at getting just the heart rate up. As you can tell, I'm even a little out of breath. I'm ready to go work out. Those are some of the best workout, pre-workout things that you can do to make sure that your body is ready to take that load on whatever workout you have going on for you that day. I hope you've enjoyed this. Everyone have a great day.